We're going to the airport, and I'm so nervous. I'm back from Boracay and I'm going to share the travel requirements and some tips and reminders that might be helpful for you. I traveled to Boracay in the last week of November to the first week of December when the Aklan municipality loosened the requirements and RT-PCR tests were not required for vaccinated individuals. As of today, January 2022, we know that the number of COVID-positive cases in the Philippines is rising at an alarming rate. So the Aklan government has tightened the restrictions once again. So these are the documents that you need to prepare in digital form before you apply for your OHDC, which is an online health declaration card. So first, you have to have your personal identification document. So this is any ID that you have. Next is a certificate of negative RT-PCR testing. So RT-PCR, they receive saliva, nasopharyngeal, or oropharyngeal RT-PCR. And the date of extraction has to be done within 72 hours from the date of travel. You will see a list of these accredited facilities at aklan.gov.ph. The third requirement is a copy of a confirmed booking of accommodation from any of the Department of Tourism accredited accommodation establishments. So hotels, hostels, bed and breakfast. The list is also at www.aklan.gov.ph. And the fourth requirement, the last requirement, is a confirmed booking of round-trip flight details from any of our airlines servicing Boracay right now. Only the Caticlan Airport services tourists as of this moment. If you were a tourist coming from Western Visayas and Aklanon tourists arriving in Aklan, your requirements are to submit a photo of the car plate if you are using a private vehicle, and if you're taking public transportation, to use the certificate of undertaking for travel details. Now that we've covered the travel requirements, I'm going to take you through the steps to secure your OHDC QR code, which is number one, first you have to access www.touristboracay.com, and you should choose Boracay in the Where To page. So this is where you should upload all of the documents that I mentioned a while ago, which are your ID, your negative RT-PCR test, your hotel booking, and your flight booking. And you fill out all of the required fields. You click submit. A confirmation page will show your reference code. You will have to save or print or screenshot this reference code. So after you complete your submission, you will have to wait for at least 12 hours for your application to be processed. The checkers also verify your proof of negative RT-PCR from the accredited clinic. So this is going to take some time. However, it is not advised to submit more than 6 days earlier than your travel date because your application is going to be hidden in an application avalanche of all other people who are submitting their applications to Tourist Boracay. So if the processing is successful, you will be able to download your OHDC QR code as issued by the authorities, and this is the QR code that you are going to need for the entirety of your trip. You're going to have to show this during your check-in for your flight, when you enter the municipality, in every step. Now that we have covered all of the requirements and the steps to apply for the OHDC QR code, I'm going to share some tips and reminders that might help you as you prepare and plan for your Boracay trip. Number one, be flexible. So we know that we are at a time of pandemic and we are not really sure when the restrictions for travel get tighter or looser. There are instances when there are people who get stuck in their destination, their flights get canceled. There are a lot of factors that will be beyond our control. So you have to be sure that you are flexible in terms of not just your time, but also your schedule, the plans that you have during the duration of your trip. And another important factor is flexibility with your budget. So personally, what happened to me was that I submitted my application for the QR code 2 or 3 days before my trip, but it just so happened that on the day of my trip, the QR code still wasn't there. Thankfully, the manager at the hotel that I'm staying at, which is La Banca House Boracay at Station 3, I have a separate video dedicated entirely to them. You can look for it at the description box and also somewhere here. The manager helped me with their contacts in the tourism office, and the QR code was issued on the day of my trip, but unfortunately, it was issued around an hour and a half before my flight, and I wasn't at the airport yet because of course I don't want to expose myself needlessly to crowds, so I had to book a different flight later on in the day. That entailed an additional expense that I didn't plan for in this time of this long pandemic. It is such a privilege in itself already to be able to travel. So if you decide to travel, you have to also factor in the risk and be willing to accept that there is going to be a lot of inconvenience in terms of managing your time and resources. Number 2, plan out an itinerary that will allow you to continue social distancing even when you're on vacation. Personally, what I did was to select accommodations that are in the quieter part of Boracay, which is Station 3. I stayed in Station 3 during the weekend when I anticipated that there will be more tourists in the island. Of course, you still want to be in the action of Boracay, like the water activities and the restaurants, the establishments, and most of those are in Station 2, which of course you would expect there will be more people there than the other stations. So what I did was I transferred there during the weekdays when there would be less people compared to the weekends. Aside from that, some of the other things that you can do to still try to distance yourself from the crowds is to select times within the day where you think there will be less people in the places where you will be going to. For example, don't take your lunch at noon because of course the restaurants are going to be packed full with people eating. One thing you can do is to take brunch probably at 10:30 a.m. when the breakfast people are doing out and the lunch crowd is not yet there, and then get your dinner at around 5 when the dinner crowd is not yet there. Moving on to tip number 3, keep observing the health and safety protocols that you've been following since the beginning of this pandemic. So we understand that we've been in various stages of lockdown for almost 2 years now, and we're experiencing pandemic fatigue. We've always had to seal ourselves off. You might be tempted to put your guard down and just lay back without thinking of the protocols, but that is such a bad call. The virus is still there, and you have to still protect yourselves and everyone around you, not just your loved ones, but literally every single person you'll be in contact with. We still have to take those extra steps to keep masked up, to wash our hands regularly, bring our sanitizers everywhere we go, distance ourselves from other people as much as we can, select outdoor activities more than indoor ones. These steps will ensure that we are looking out for future us, not just our present enjoyment, but the future safety of everyone around us. And I'm actually very thankful going around Boracay to see that almost everyone there really follow health and safety protocols. I don't remember seeing people who are not masked up when they should be, and huge crowds congregating in one enclosed space. I don't know. Personally, I haven't seen that. And my last tip number 4, is to support our local tourism workers. and be kind to everyone that you will encounter. To be honest, the most memorable thing that I've experienced during my trip was to be able to experience Filipino hospitality again. It's really a different experience. Personally, I felt the sincerity of the people there to really make your stay the best that it can be and to give you an experience that will be memorable for you, especially during this time. We have realized that these things that we used to take for granted are the things that really give a lot of value to our lives. Having positive interactions with people and having these experiences that in the future will give us a glimpse of how we lived our life when we still could. If you have allotted the budget for it, I do encourage you to make the best out of your Boracay experience and find what the locals have to offer. Eat at the restaurants. There's a lot of good food. Seafood is fresh. And go have your water activities and your land tours. The rates are mostly standardized. So if you feel that the price they give you is a good price already, it's a fair price, and if you can afford it, don't haggle anymore. 100 pesos of savings might make little difference for some people's travel budgets, but that makes a lot of difference for these people working in the tourism industry that support their families. We know that Boracay Island mainly supports its population through tourism activities. So also, if you've enjoyed your experience, if you feel that the people who assisted you have gone above and beyond to serve you, tip them. Tip them as generously as you can because it really means a lot to them. It's going to be very helpful for them. There was one time during my land trip when somebody asked to help me take my photos, and then I asked my e-trike driver if it's okay to give 50 pesos as a tip, and what he said really struck me. He said 50 pesos will give the person's family more than a kilo of rice. 50 pesos might not even be your snack budget, but you will make a family so happy to have something to eat that day. Also, as always, we know in every tourist location that we go to, there will be people on the street offering you their services, peddling their wares. If you're not interested, if you've already done the activity that they're offering you, you say thank you. No thank you, or thank you, I already ate. They will really appreciate that instead of just ignoring them, or worse, being cross with them, because you know these people, they are doing their best to survive during this pandemic, and kindness helps. It's nice to have that human interaction once again and to see that the people around you support what you are trying to do and are rooting for you and cheering you on. So let's be that positive force when we go out, in every interaction that we have, not just when we are out on vacation, but everywhere, when we're at the supermarket, when we're dining in, everywhere. So those are my reminders and tips. I hope they will be helpful for you. Watch out for a lot of other Boracay videos that I will be posting in this channel. Please subscribe if you want to find out more about the hotels that you can stay at in Boracay, the restaurants that you can eat in, the experiences that you can avail of. I am looking forward to tell more of my stories with you. The Wandering Wanderer left footprints at Boracay Island. But a family will be so happy to receive the rice that you can give